her husband's been cheating on her for years and years and years, and she loves him so much. And okay, you love him, but what about you loving yourself? What about you loving yourself? You got to honor yourself as well. It looks like you want that better job, that promotion, that bigger car, but why do you want it? You want to have an expanded sense of self. You want to have an expanded sense of possibility. And in that expanded sense of possibility, you feel, yeah, I can do anything. I can meet anybody, do anything, go anywhere. Why? Because you want to feel that connection, the possibility that's there. So deep down, behind everything, even the spirituality route, which is the other way, oh, I want to go back to my nothingness, my emptiness. I want to realize neti, 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 nothing, nothing, nothing. And there you touch that zero. In touching the zero, they say infinity is zero with a twist. You twist a zero becomes infinity. So to experience that as well. Practically, what I would say is number one, welcome everything. In relationships, just like in meditation. For me, actually, relationships is meditation. Like in today's session as well, we began with agendalessness, welcome anything. I did not know where it's going to go, but I was happy to just play along with you. It's okay to make a fool of myself. It's all right. What difference does it make? To assume that I'm so smart. So welcome everything, all emotions, all states. Because the moment you say this is not allowed, as we all know, thinking of a green elephant is not allowed. In this session, please think of everything in the world except a green elephant. And as you know, people can't stop thinking of a green elephant, right? So the moment you make something taboo, attention goes there more. So first thing in a relationship is welcome everything. Second element is, and by the way, these points I'm talking come from a tradition called authentic relating, right? So they've come up with, there are many other principles. I'm going to share a few of them. So one of them is welcome everything. The second one is assume nothing. And of course, we will assume, like for example, I'm talking now, I'm assuming my headphones will work. I'm assuming the internet will work. Of course, we will assume. You cannot live without assuming. But assuming becomes a problem in relationships. When I assume that you're not interested, when I assume you think you're better than me, then a barrier comes. And unless I check my assumption, I will operate from that mistaken map. The terrain is different from the map. I never even checked. Or maybe it's the same, but I'm not sure, you see? So the way you do this is, like when I say, hey, Deepak, I'm wondering if you're anxious that the time is getting over. Is that true? And then you have a time. So let me ask you, are you anxious time's getting over?
Not really. I never
Not
noticed
at all.
much
Not really.
about
You
it.
didn't even notice that, right? So right away, I got a chance to, not that I was thinking of that anyway, an example, but it's like, instead of saying, hey, you seem anxious, you want to finish this. Oh, I checked. Oh, it's not. So I've learned to check by saying, is it true? I question my assumptions. It's important to ask and check. Not otherwise we say, you seem bored. Then why do you say I'm bored? I'm not bored. I'm here. And you get defensive, like people get defensive. So instead of that, we check. So welcome everything, assume nothing. Third one's really important. In fact, this is the one I'm practicing a lot these days. It's reveal your experience. So for example, when we began today's call and you introduced me, I revealed my experience. I'm feeling, my heart is feeling open. I'm feeling a little bit more settled, feeling enthusiastic to be here, right? I'm feeling very engaged with you. I'm not even noticing where the time is going. This is revealing my experience. And so at a sensational level, at an emotional level, at a mind level, because there are parts of my being that are not easily accessible to others. They can only guess. And so when I reveal my experience, it becomes easier for them to know that. The third one is reveal your experience. The fourth one goes right after that, which is own your experience. So just because I'm feeling bored doesn't mean you're boring. Just because I'm feeling frustrated doesn't mean you're frustrating, right? That is my reaction. I've got to own it. So taking full responsibility for my own inner reaction, my own inner world. And I own it. And the last one, perhaps, is the most important: honor self and honor others. In relationships, and even today morning, I got an email from a lady talking about how her husband's been cheating on her for years and years and years, and she loves him so much. And okay, you love him, but what about you loving yourself? What about you loving yourself? You got to honor yourself as well. So honor self and honor others. If someone asks me a question or invites me somewhere, I don't have to answer. I don't have to go for the invitation. I have to check, how does it feel? How does it resonate? I've got to honor myself. And also I've got to honor you. I've got to check where you are. In fact, I would put that honor self and others right in the front. Make that the first principle. First, honor self and honor others. You honor yourself with dignity. What does dignity mean? No matter what life journey I've been on, there's a certain dignity to it. Why? because no one else in the universe has gone through the same journey as mine. Not even my twin brother or sister has ever gone through the same journey as mine. Why? So there's certain dignity. When I say sad and you nod your head, it's not true. You don't know what my sadness is. When I say confused and you nod your head, you don't know what my confusion is. My confusion is different from your confusion. Yesterday, I was reading an article where someone said, we blame people for victim mentality. You're a victim. Don't be a victim. The truth is, I may have gone through something. You have no idea what I've gone through. And my life experience might be 100 times harder than yours. So you have no right to tell me not to be a victim. My showing up this way might be heroic compared to you, right? So who's to tell anyone not to be a victim? Right? So there's a certain dignity. So when I say there's a dignity, even in my grief and my suffering and my confusion and my challenges, there's an inherent dignity. In that moment, I honor myself.